hello again, and welcome to Rolynn's Reviews. Well, I know today is going to be lit. People were in the chat section, I think 30, 40 minutes before the show was scheduled to start. So, again, you know how we do here. You tell me what you think about this case. I just normally hit some of the highlights and then I read your comments, but feel free to say what you need to say. And I was just talking to some of my subscribers over in Facebook Messenger, and everyone pretty much feels the same way that I do. And this case is, I was just telling a subscriber, this case is so sad on so many levels. And how many of you are already familiar with this case? How you doing, K Will? And how you doing, Lions Pride? This case is so sad and for all parties involved. But I don't know how many of you have been keeping up with. How you doing, Lola? I don't know how many of you have been keeping up with this case, but this case is, of course, like every other case, it's just viral. And okay, the ladies who was involved, Carlisha Hood, she was the one. I don't know if you've seen the video. If you have seen the video, type yes. If you have not, it is graphic. Every time I watch the video with this man hitting his name was Jeremy Brown, I wince because he with a full fist. It, that's what he was hitting her with. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, right, Lions Pride. And I'm just, like I said, I watch it, but I wince when I watch it because just knowing that the impact that it had on her face, I can't, it's hard to deal with. So this incident happened on June 18th. So this is fresh. And this happened at a hot dog stand. How many of you, if you've seen the footage, let me know. And so they were going back and forth. I don't know what precipitated the argument. I'm still digging, trying to find out why the argument started in the first place. And before he hit her, if you've seen the video, he said, "Get your food, get your food." Then he said, "On my grandmother," or something like that, and then he went to wailing on her. So with his fist. So we know Carlisha was attacked. Okay. And one of you said earlier that I think it was TA Cowboys said, there was a gentleman standing there. Yeah, no one, people were just standing there watching, and there was another gentleman there. He, as soon as the first hit, he was like, "I'm out." So that's just a sad place where we are so far as society is concerned, and why he felt the need to hit her. Oh my God. Lola said all those men in there. No, right, Lola? The men were just standing there watching too. Oh my God. I don't understand it, but okay. And so, initial reports, if you watch the video, you see the argument, you see him start to hit her in the face and head. And I mean, not just full, fit. I was like, oh my God. So anyway, allegedly, she called her son in, and that of course, how you doing, Jermaine? She called her son in, and he shot, of course, Jeremy Brown. Now, again, you guys have stated the obvious. There were men standing there. No one did anything. I don't know if they, a lot of times these days people are like, it's not my business. So they just stand there and watch, which is sad, but okay, that's just where we are. And so, of course, when this happened, police, they had the footage trying to find them, so that they could arrest them. Yeah, Lola, exactly. That was crazy. And so his family, oh my God, I can't make this stuff up. And I found this out, when I was reading today. his family at his funeral. Now, first of all, and one of I think Kay Will, we were talking before we came on the show today. His family started a GoFundMe page to help bury him, his sister. Then she took it down, and I was reading the Twitter feed. Of course, they put everything on social media, and I was reading the feed. We don't need money to bury Jeremy. Okay, whatever you say. Lions Pride said back in the day, men would have stepped in. Right, all those men. Maybe one, you know, couldn't stop him. But if you all jump in, but they were just standing there. So that's how it is. And so, did you guys see where some of his family members were there at the funeral wearing T-shirts? He was known as the Knockout King. Really. They're proud of that he beats on people, women in particular. He doesn't hit men, he hits women. How you doing, Sugar Daddy? Sugar Daddy, are you familiar with this case? How you doing? Golden Nova, Miss Simple, right? And then, now this is a total mentality. I was just talking to one of my subscribers, right, Gina? That's nothing to be bragging about. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So his family, and if you don't believe me, Google it. I think if you up under my videos, in the description box where I have links, I think I shared a link, and you see his family members with Knockout King. Well, what happened to the Knockout King? So keep your hands to yourself. How about that? Keep your hands to yourself. I read, and those of you who watched the video, you heard the young lady in the background egging it on. That was his girlfriend. Damn. Was she happy that someone else was being beaten? It appeared so. Exactly, Sugar Daddy. That was karma that he richly deserved. Okay, right, Gina? I'm saying, from everything I read, he beat his girlfriend, his mother, other women. His criminal record is extensive. Okay, weapons possession by a felon, criminal trespassing, order of protection, aggravated assault, battery, home invasion, resisting arrest, allegedly burning down his girlfriend's house, obstructing identification. So it seems like his whole life was full of crimes. Golden Nova, he had many cases of domestic violence. Right. So he had problems with hands. Okay. We see that. Yeah, Gina, we've all been told, Gina, I think you're in my generation. You don't raise your hand to your parents or you will have a short life. Obviously, he wasn't taught that. Golden, no, it's right. And so this is, this case is very perplexing for me, guys. And the sad part is the community. Now, Miss Hood and her son is 14 years old. So when he came in with the gun, now before anyone says anything, the gun was legal. All right. So she had a concealed carry permit. She was legit. So when her right, no respect for women, Lola, but he got what he deserved. And so, yeah, if you guys, this case, I don't know what to say. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything. But like I said, if you have not seen the video, go check out the video, guys, so you can see how graphic it is. A lot of the video, the regular TV stations like CBS, ABC, they stop it before impact. But he hit her several times in her face and in her head. I'm surprised he didn't break her nose, or that I'm surprised there wasn't more damage. I tell you, I can't even look at it. Guys, hit that like button for me, please. Golden Nova, right? He was protecting his mother. K. Will, I hope I don't stir the pot, but I'm curious how would things have been different if it's right. K. Will, good point. So she got beaten to a pulp, and then the police arrest her. She's up under, she was, of course, she's out now. She was under a $3 million bond. She and her son they were looking for them for murder, first degree murder, in Cook County Jail. Get out of here. Come on. They arrested her and charged her with first degree murder, contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Damn. Really? Anyone who has two eyeballs that work and watch that beating that she took would know that was self-defense. Gina, K. Will said, how would the media portray it? Right. Gina, I heard Carlisha told her son to come in and shoot him. Right. So, you know, that's where the police were like, well, she told him, but she's being beaten to a pulp. So let's go back. The moral of the story, boys and girls, if we go back, if Mr. Jeremy had kept his little hands to himself, okay, you can disagree with people. You don't have to put your hands on them. Right, Chef? Right. So, Chef, we were talking earlier, he said, yeah, he didn't knock her out. But, hey, Chef and I were talking and wondering why. It's obvious he has anger issues with all, you know, these crimes against women and against people in general. And why are the people in the community angry, making death threats to Carlisha Hood and her son? Why would you do that? And like he's a martyr. This was not a good guy. Golden God has said these were men defending his way of handling the women he abused. Many men on social media. Right. And I'm like, oh my God, these people are nuts. Golden Nova. No, they're not playing. But if you keep your hands to yourself, and folks, when I look at the beginning, you know, I like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what caused the argument. I still don't know. I'm still looking for that right now. I haven't found what they were exactly arguing about, but she wasn't getting loud. He kept getting louder and louder. But guys, like we always say, that's why I tell my students, why would you stand somewhere and argue with someone? Now look at how this ended. Yes, he lost his life. But if one of them had walked away, okay, it's not that important that I tell students all the time, you don't have to get the last word. It's not that serious. Who cares? And I don't know. This case is baffling for me. Now, one account that I read also said that when I guess her son shot him in the back, he shot him 3 times. They said that they followed him. So he did shoot him 3 times in the back. And they continued. Okay. So I don't know. The way I feel with the beating that he put on his mother, how you know how our son felt. He was very angry. Chef Finest One, you even remotely act like you even getting close to my mom, yet alone hollering at her, you're going to make a visit to the upper room. Oh God, okay. My partner's telling you so. No one mess with Chef Finest Wine's mom, okay? Be nice. Be nice to his mom. Golden Nova said he wanted to hit her. He never gave her a chance. He spoke it, but was not going right. Because he was like on my grandmother. And then the next thing I knew is when he started swinging. Haymakers. Okay, Janice, how you doing, Janice? Tell us what you think about this case. It's just, you know, mind-boggling to me. Why? You know, this should never have happened, folks. For what? So she is suing. Thank goodness she's suing the Cook County. Those of you just coming in, she filed a lawsuit. It's called tort liability, and which I can't blame her. She's suing the city of Chicago and the 5 police officers that arrested her and her son. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. She definitely deserves to be compensated. To take a beating like that, then to be hunted down and arrested. That's not how it's supposed to go. That's not how it's supposed to go. So again, those of you just coming in, her gun was legal. She had a valid firearm owners identification. So, folks, if more of us had guns, and it's sad to say, but as society continues to drift in the wrong direction, we're going to have to start protecting ourselves. The police can't be everywhere. The way crime is increasing, we're going to have to start protecting ourselves. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. Do you think more people need to start arming themselves? Sugar Daddy, she really does. She was traumatized. She's probably going to have PTSD for the rest of her life as a result of that beating, and then thrown in jail. Not taken to a hospital, thrown in jail. Okay. So I don't know. What do you think? Golden Nova said men are not to hit women and women need to keep their hands to right. How about everyone? That's what I said earlier. Just everyone, keep your hands to yourself. Janice, she needs to be compensated. Yes, she does. Golden Nova, yes, and that baby. Right. Her son is only, guys, he's a kid. He's 14 years old. And he killed someone protecting his mother. You know he's going to need therapy and counseling. Gina said, I got my gun license. Okay. Gina said, I got to get my 9. All right, Gina, that's right. Leave people alone. Kevin, you're torn. How are you torn, Kevin? Explain it to me. I'm packing too, Gina. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to get me a shotgun because it's crazy out here, and I want to have a chance. Sugar Dad, not to mention her son's criminal record at 14. Yep. So they need to get out of Chicago. They need to get out of Chicago. Chicago's not an ideal place to raise teenagers anyway. It's just too much crime. And I think she said from one of the articles I read, she said she was a single mother. She definitely needs to move out of Chicago because of the death threats. So she has 2 very good reasons to move. Golden Nova said, me too, since 2016. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have to protect ourselves. K Will, I'm sure of a thing. It's word change. Right, K Will. And I haven't heard any of the usual civil rights activists. I haven't heard them say anything, but we need, because I know they're always saying less guns, but how are we going to protect ourselves? God forbid if her son didn't have her gun, who knows? He could have beaten that woman to death. We see no one was helping her. Everybody was standing there looking. One man ran away. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I always like to know what you think about current topics. You can check out the links below the video. And let me see. Okay. Yeah. And check it out. Like I said, be warned. It is great. If you watch the video where he's hitting her, it is graphic. So Golden Nova, I never want to put my children in that predicament. Right. How you doing, Prime Time? So she has her guilt. Her son has guilt. So they both are going to need some therapy. Yeah, one man, as soon as he started swinging, one man, you see him, he immediately exited. You don't see him in the picture anymore. Yes. Oh, so ladies, especially, we know that thank you, Alola. We know we're targets. We have to protect ourselves. At least if we have a firearm, we have a chance. If you don't have anything, like I said, he could have beaten this woman to death. It was awful. Lion's pride, in certain situations, I allow them to have the last word and tell them I'm doing so. Burns them up, right? Lion's pride, lots of times, I'll tell my students, to try to, de-escalate, walk away, and leave them talking to themselves. And they'll eventually get, a clue. You're gone. and that will, diffuse the situation. So um, just keep that in mind, folks. I hope you enjoyed the topic. I know it's a holiday weekend, but I couldn't let this pass. Got to use psychological too. Right, Lions Pride. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's why in college, one of my very favorite subjects, one of my top 3 favorite subjects was psychology, trying to understand the human mind. Wow. So, yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to let you go so you can enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. Now, next Sunday, I'll have another student interview. And so make sure you're here um, to hear that series is doing very well. The students seem to really enjoy it. And before you leave, guys, make sure you hit that like button. If you enjoy this content, please be sure to share this with your friends and your family. Share it on your various social media pages, and that the more people we have, the merrier. Okay, that improves the conversation that we have. We have different mindsets, different opinions. I enjoy that actually. Okay. All right. So enjoy your week. Those of you who will be handling fireworks, please be safe. And as always, I appreciate all of you spending your very valuable time here at the Rollers Reviews YouTube channel. So be safe, and I will see you next Sunday.